So this activity is one of the series of activities that myself and Lena Mikkelsen from Denmark developed as part of a series of evolution activities. So this is inspired, I guess, by Darwin's finches, and students work in groups of 4, and they choose from a selection of different kinds of beak types. So they have, each student chooses a particular beak type, and there are different food items, and it could be beans or seeds or rice, as I have here. So the idea is that each student is given 30 seconds to collect as many food items as possible by putting one at a time each of the food items into the bird's stomach. So they're timed, and in say 20 seconds, the number of food items is counted. So this particular beak seems pretty good at catching those and might be pretty okay at catching these, but then the student who has this item might be fine at collecting that food item, but might find this one just a little trickier. So if they are able to get a minimum number of food items, then they get to survive. You could mix the food items, and in which case a scenario would develop in which one of the food items becomes scarce, and so a bird with a particular beak that relies on that particular food item and finds it difficult to catch to eat other food items then might die out. So you can have different variations on this, in which it could be that a minimum number of food items needs to be eaten by a bird, or else it dies. You could also have a number of other students then, reproduction being involved, in which a successful bird with a highly adapted beak for a particular food source then gets to reproduce, and so the population can be seen to change over time. So the game can be it can be used as a simple demonstration of adaptation, or it can be extended to model natural selection. So different variations could be that a minimum number of food items need to be eaten in a certain time for a particular beak type to survive, a particular bird with a particular beak type. If the food items are mixed, then certain food items are going to become more scarce over time if they're not replaced each time there's a round of feeding. And so certain beak types again will be able to switch from one food item to another, and their chances of surviving would be greater than another particular kind of beak, in which case that might not be as able to pick up all of the different kinds of foods. You can then introduce the idea of reproduction. So if while some beak types are dying out, other beak types survive and get to reproduce, and their offspring will have the same kind of beak type. So you can have lots of different variations on this, but the idea is that it can be very simple as a demonstration of adaptation, or it can be extended and used as quite an advanced model of natural selection.